What's going on, fellas? It's your boy More Life Akai, back at it again with another video for y'all. Gonna be dropping some more game and value for you fellas, man. Hope everybody's doing good on this beautiful Monday. Back in action, back to the grind. You know, the grind does not stop. Just came from that gym, man. Got that little morning pumping, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we feeling good, feeling great. Another blessing. So today, we're gonna be talking about putting your purpose first. You know, as hard as it is, you know, having all these things going on at once, you know, in our lives, everybody got their busy life going on. It's very easy to, you know, get off of that. It's very easy to get off track. And some of the things that I've noticed that's helped me to stay on track with, you know, the everyday grind, you know, no matter if it's working out, no matter if it's, you know, staying consistent with my business, staying consistent with, you know, posting, staying consistent with, you know, no matter what it may be, or through work life, whatever, is cutting out those distractions. So you can't do both and still be able to be successful. So what I mean by that is you can't go out here, you know, trying to balance everything at once. I tend to find that a lot of us, you know, we feel like we can, you know, think we're gonna be a millionaire, you know, years to come, and then the road we're on right now, right where we're headed, is we're going out every weekend during the week, etc. You know, you can't do that and then expect you're gonna be making 10K, 12K, 15K, you know, a month. Your income's just gonna keep increasing. You're gonna be getting more successful, you know, just because it's like it's only so much time in the day. So, fellas, you gotta learn to cut the things out that aren't benefiting you in your life. You have to understand that sacrifice is only temporary, you know, but you can't sit here and expect to, you know, be doing all these other things with your life and, you know, expect to have greater return. That's just not the way the life works. So, you know, what I'm saying right here is you have to be able to make the sacrifices now, so later on you have more freedom. You have, you know, the more reliable, you know, sources around you. You know what I mean? Don't do it reverse. A lot of us, we tend to do things backwards. Don't think you can, you know, go out, do all these things, and then think, oh, I'm gonna be a millionaire in a couple years. You know, we make, you know, like, unless you come from money, unless you come from wealth, or you come from these like successful people around you, you know, you just luck up. And 9 times out of 10, even if you do luck up, you're not gonna stay at the top for very long with that type of movement, with that type of, you know, lifestyle. You know, a lot of us, you know, we've seen a lot of people, you know, who get to the top, and how many people of those stay there. You know, how many people stay at the top? It's very hard to go to the top and then stay there. You know, just like they say, you know, it's easy to, you know, it's not super easy to be a millionaire, but it's easier to be a millionaire than it is to stay being a millionaire. That's why people, you know, money starts to go low, you know, because it's like they get too comfortable. And that's just, it's in human nature. But you gotta have that, you know, that human discipline, you know, and that really manly discipline to understand that this is what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna stay down till I come up, you know. So I'm gonna sacrifice, you know. I'm not gonna go out really, you know. I'm gonna turn stuff down, you know. What other people's doing, you know, what normal people do, I'm gonna become that top 5%. And I'm gonna go do what everybody isn't doing, you know, because that's where it becomes like success. You know, that's where the success starts to kick in. Once you start making those sacrifices and you really start to, you know, understand that, okay, I need to do what I can, do what I need to do, so I can do what I want to do later on in my life. You know, because there's so many people out here that waste time, man. There's so many, like, time is one of the biggest, most valuable things we have as men. So whatever you're doing with your time now, I'm telling you right now, years to come, you gonna pay for that later on. You might not be paying for it right now, but here, mark my words, on More Life Akai, man, time is one of the most valuable things we have as men. So you need to understand that setting yourself up for success now is going to pay off years to come. You know, no matter if that's, you know, working on whatever you got to do to work on to get your life where you want it to be years to come, that's going to pay off. But you have to stay down. You have to stay confident. You have to stay relentless. If you don't have these things as a man, you're nothing. You're going to be like everybody else. You're going to be just like everybody else, normal, 9 to 5, boring job, barely make any money, broke, mindset, no good physique, don't even got a good, skincare routine, not confident, can't, dating life is trash. This is what happens to, the average guy. So if you are really serious about your life, you'll take these things in consideration.